Soul Garden.
Hello my humanitarians and welcome to Soul Horoscopes Weekly Edition. My name is Christopher Witecki. And let me say two things. Happy New Year and happy birthday. And sorry it took me this long to get back on the air. We have been busy at soulgarden.me. We are prepping to be the capital space for enlightenment this 2012. And where I've been actually in the last 2 weeks is rebuilding the guardian agency. I don't know if you know, I got this cool guardian agency. What it does is watch over our subjects for us. In other words, people who watch us and pay us $4.95 a week, we watch over you. We finally built in the date of birth thing, so now we can send text messages to people when they're in according to their charts, according to their own date of birth. So you might want to check it out. gatext.me. That's where we have it all up, where you can join for 99 cents. And this is my way. What I've done is, I'm going to see if this works, but it's 2012. Obviously something's going to happen. The best thing to be in place is we've got the horoscopes that are weekly, and we're with you hour by hour. And it's all designed to help you get to what your goals are. So I'm really excited about this. I don't know anyone out building businesses for people to succeed like this. I'm very excited. And thank you for being patient with this. When I last left you, you were working on weeds, a very tough transit indeed, with the sun in Capricorn and Pluto there as well. This last holiday season might have rattled the aquas kind of to the core. It was time to face some of your core fears and get rid of them, and get rid of them for good. Hopefully you turned your back on them. Now it is your birthday, and it is time to express you and bring you out to your brightest. Let's take a look at the planets and see what's going on for you this week. Now starting on Monday, it's Light Cast Day. The sun and moon are coming together. This is a new moon in pagan holidays, right? This is the big gravitational energy that pulls on the earth towards your ego consciousness. That's what you're working on this month. When you have a birthday month, you are upgrading your ego state of awareness. Ego is only one of the 12 states of awareness. It does represent us. It's completely programmable, despite what people seem to think. It will do whatever you say. I always think of the ego as a little doggy that works for us. It just runs at the door. It barks when a stranger comes. It tries to be cute, right? That's our ego consciousness. And in your birthday period, you are upgrading. You're bringing it to the next level. You just lived a year, right? Maybe you want a new hairstyle. Maybe you want a new way of putting yourself out there. Maybe you don't want to smart off with the boss. That didn't work so well last year in 2011. So in this first week, we're going to look at what's not working in your ego consciousness. Realize in the state of awareness of being a human, the ego plays into our sense of strength. It plays into our sense of courage. It plays into our sense of charisma and personality. If you have a natal reading in astrology, it is your rising sign. Your rising sign is your ego state of awareness. So here on Monday, we waste no time. It is this emotional, getting our emotions, the moon, behind our awareness, the sun. So get your emotions behind the type of personality you want. This might be just a day on Monday to wish what you want for your birthday. That counts. Remember, it's ego. You're allowed to be shallow this month. Okay, we're talking about ego. So moving on to Tuesday, we waste no time. Uranus, your home planet, rules the day. That means breakdown for most of planet Earth might be more intense than most people are used to. It is your birthday period, so we're getting a double dose of the Uranus energy. Might mean you have a bit of a breakdown, or you break down around someone else. It'll probably be that you just cut and run. You know you aquas with your cutting and running. What happens is you just can't take it anymore, and boom, you're gone. We don't hear from you about 4 years. You might have a cut and run on this breakdown where you're just like, that's it, I'm done, I'm out of here. That's okay, the universe is stirring the pot. You might also put your foot in your mouth. So if one of those Aquariuses, this definitely be a time where you have lightning bolts coming out of you. And the other thing I want to point out too is Mars. Mars over there, see on the other side of Earth, is retrograding. So this is our masculine testosterone, ego energy, right? And having it pull backwards means that you're going to start to feel a bit deflated, unfortunately. It also means it's going to be harder for you to defend your boundaries. See, Mars has been pushing you to put your boundaries out there, define them. Don't let anyone push you down. You've been stronger than usual at holding that line. Now with Mars retrograde, you're not going to have that support from the universe. That means you're going to have to stand up and fight, or stand up and hold your boundaries up for yourself. You'll know what I mean probably on Tuesday. Moving to Wednesday, thank goddess for this. It will be breakthrough. Mercury will rule the day, so we're going to have some breakthrough. At the same time, the moon moves into Pisces. This shifts emotions out out of your ego and into your sense of self-esteem. So you might be a little bit slippery on that regard. I'll be warning those to be careful on that day. Don't feel bad about yourself, but it will bring a little bit of sense of comfort. The other thing I want to bring up on Wednesday too is Jupiter. Now Jupiter, sense of comfort, Jupiter was retrograding. It's in Taurus. It's going to start moving really fast around this clock. What it's forcing Aquarius to do is ground. It's time to ground, okay? Now if you ground yourself, says Jupiter, everything will come that you need. So if you need a new home to ground, or if you need a ritual to ground, or if you need a new set of blankets to ground, these things will come. But if you don't ground, if you don't self-nurture your own emotions, it's going to cause trouble. Now I get pretty deep on this in the Act 1 videos. If you haven't seen it yet, go on down to soulmart.me. These are $4.95. They ship in 24 hours, and I get into the first 3 months in a deep aqua way of what you need to do, and I really get into Jupiter because the more you ground, the more potential you have to grow. And we'll talk more about that, or watch Act 1 videos. Then on Thursday, excuse me, it's Love Fest Day. Love Fest Day is here. That's why the moon has crossed Venus, allowing us to all breathe with the universe. What does that play down to you? Well, it does play down to you feeling more valuable. So if you're having a self-esteem issue the day before, I think on Love Fest Day you're going to feel great. I also think you've been waiting for a payment or something like that. That would be very powerful. Venus is at 15 degrees, which in Pisces, which is a very spiritual, Pisces is spiritual to begin with, and because it's your house of economy, this might be a payday for you, either in finally feeling good about yourself in one area or literally collecting. So it's a good day on Love Fest Day. Of course, anyone at SoulGarden.me will be sending out emails saying we love you, because that's what we do on Love Fest Day. On Friday, things get a little heady. The moon moves into Aries, and so emotions will now shift to thoughts. So if you had been not dealing with any emotions in the last couple of days, as I've been talking about, from your birthday all the way down to now, this will definitely be a time that will kind of rattle you. Don't forget Mars is retrograde, so you got to really defend your own boundaries and toe your own line. Be conscious about that. And the moon will cross Uranus, so that could be a bit of a head trip. When the moon crosses Uranus, although it's your ruling planet, doesn't mean you get out of it. So you might have a little bit of a slip up, or this might be a mind game. This might be you hearing bad information. It's emotions meet mind. And remember, with Uranus, your home planet in the intellectual state of awareness right now for you guys, it means you need to think bigger, think higher. So don't fall in those lower traps on Friday. The other thing I want to point out, talking about Mercury itself, Mercury is finally wrapping up in Capricorn, so you're going to finally get your mind back. Mercury's been transiting up in your sense of subconscious ever since it retrograded, so it's finally catching up, so you'll be feeling a lot more clear-headed, speaking of thinking, certainly by Friday and Saturday is what I am predicting. Now let's talk about Saturday. The weekend's actually pretty simple. Remember, this week is all about what parts of your ego personality do you want to get rid of, what's not working. Self-esteem certainly played with it when you had the moon move through Pisces. So by the weekend, with the moon in Aries, you're very sharp, you can think, you can communicate, you can really speak your mind, and it's time to come to a decision. It's time to come to a decision about what parts of your personality this birthday period are you going to let go. Now you can also start to decide what you want for your birthday and what you want to do, but really in Chapter 1 we're looking at our relationship to ourselves and what we want to end in our own cycle. It's a very private decision. On Sunday, Mars rules the day, so we're feeling deflated. You'll feel stronger on Sunday. If there's someone you have to toe a boundary with, wait till Sunday, because with Mars retrograde, all this stuff, you'll be feeling the strongest on Sunday and the clearest on Sunday. You also want to act on your decision. So if you decided that you're going to get rid of some part of your personality, start Sunday. Start off Chapter 2 with a good action habit. That's what we always like to say. You got to put those manifestations in action if you want to see them before your eyes. All right, so it's a happy birthday week to the Aquas. Yeah? All you got to do this week, so simple, is just figure out what parts of you you're going to leave behind. And next week, come back, we're going to get into Chapter 2 and manifestation. Thank you so much for showing up again. I appreciate it, and I will see you in 7 days. Until then, Aqua, live, love, be.